Well, good morning. It is sometime after 6:30, and I just got the rods out because it was raining down last night when I got here, and I have the family with me, so I wasn't able to get the rods out. But I did put some spalms of bait out over a couple of different spots, and I've already had a catfish this morning. I got the rods out within probably 15 minutes, so could be a lot worse. There's a lot more catfish in here than that, so we'll see how it goes. It's supposed to rain today at some point. Kind of looks like it's kind of cloudy, overcast. Birds are active though, they're singing like crazy. And as I said, last night we had a pretty big storm in the evening when I would have normally gotten set up, so luckily we didn't get blown away or anything. It was pretty windy, however. So we'll see if we catch anything. I've got basically the same sort of setup on all three rods. We're here at the small lake again, so in a new swim as well. And I've got the helicopter rigs with some little blowback rigs on there with some tiger nuts and a little tip of either plastic or half a pop-up. So predictably enough, the catfish came on the one with half a pop-ups. So anyways, let me get this turned around and I'll show you kind of where I'm fishing. Alright, so the main camera works a little bit better in the low light conditions. I got two baits kind of over here at 14.5 wraps. Let's see if I can get that camera level. There we go. Two baits over here at 14.5 wraps. And then one over this direction. You see that flashing light from the tower over there, right in line with that at 24 wraps. So about a little over 100 yards out there. There's a little hard spot out there. And just over here, it's kind of muddy with a little bit of, there's a harder area that runs out like this. It's not any shallower, but it's a little bit firmer. I don't know if I've reached that or not, because it was dark when I put the bait out. I just kind of went by feel. It I think I heard a fish roll somewhere over here, but I couldn't see it. So we'll see. It's a very nice morning. Birds are real active. Fish haven't seen many fish. I heard a fish crash somewhere along the far side over there, but nothing on this side. Really probably would have preferred to fish over here, but since I have the family with me, you got to kind of fish where it's suitable to have small children and wife and whatnot. So this is where I will be. I think later in the year this will probably be a pretty good spot. There's another swim down the bank this way a ways, and I'll probably check that one out as well. Maybe not today, but definitely in the future. I think this could have a lot of potential. So I'll check back in a little bit and see if we got anything. And here we have a bullhead. Nice, fat, healthy looking bullhead. There's my bait. See if I can get it to focus on there. Anyways, I was just walking down to take a look at the other swim, which is several hundred yards away, and had to run all the way back to land this little beauty. So this lake is full of these things, which makes it kind of challenging sometimes. This piece of corn had a amino soak on it, so I think they kind of probably cued in on that. This was the rod that was out 100 yards, so I'm going to put this guy back and get the rod back out. Another thing I forgot to mention about these guys is this mouth. Kind of looks fairly harmless. You know, if your hook's back in there, you know, there's not many teeth or anything to speak of, so you stick your finger in there. Never do that. These guys have an amazingly powerful bite, and it's very unpleasant to get bit by one. So that's a tip for today. Don't stick your finger in the mouth of a bullhead, because they will bite you. So, I don't suppose you can guess where my lines are, huh? This guy decided that, for some reason, he was going to come along the shore. So this is the other swim I was talking about. It's really shallow out there, but I probably should have brought some boots to get out there. You can see, I don't know if you can see through the trees, that bass boat that went on plane over top of me. He's kind of over by where I was fishing last time. It's right up past these trees here on that point across the lake. So yeah, this drops off. It's a real kind of rocky point that drops down to about 12 feet, and I think this would be a good spot to try at some point. So here we have evidence of turtles. This has been pulled up the short attachment here, and you can see there's a big chunk taken out of the side. Definitely turtles. So we've had lots more boat activity. There's been more boats fishing right over my lines again. At least I don't have a marker float this time for them to try and steal, so that's something. I've taken out my tiger nuts I've been using. I'm going to put pop-ups on all three. So we'll see. Probably just catch catfish if I catch anything, but I'm just looking for one bite now. This lake isn't really known for pop-ups, but you never know. Something might happen. Catch a toddler anyways. These are the rigs I've had been using. I just showed you the one with the tiger nut that the turtle is bitten, and then the two with corn and fake corn and the blowback rig. So anyways, this one had a longer hair. You can kind of see that, and that one avoided the catfish, so maybe having the longer hair is the way to go when the catfish are a problem. So anyways, check back in a while. Probably won't fish for too much longer. Family's getting restless, and toddlers with large pieces of grass are attacking everything. So anyways, I'll check back in a little bit. So it's nice and sunny now, but kind of looks like there might be some rain coming possibly. We'll have to see. I had a really good run on the right-hand rod, and sadly it popped off and then ended up in a snag, which I was really gutted. I haven't had a whole lot of luck with real short shank chod hooks, so I had a hinge stiff on all the rods at that point, and I've had a fish pop off of a similar rig before, so I'm back to my old sort of standard blowback type pop-up rig on everything, and that came on the one I'd flavored with the Rod Hutchinson Pineapple Supreme spray, just an unflavored oats sort of pack bait that I'd sprayed a couple of times with the pineapple, and that's what roared off. It was probably a pretty good fish. It looked like it wasn't going overly fast, but the bobbin was just glued up there to the alarm, so oh well, maybe I'll get another one. Seems like maybe the fish are getting a little bit more active now for some reason, so looks like we might get another thunderstorm possibly or something this afternoon. I will say that this HydroSync braid is super tough stuff. I have it tied to a 25-pound test. I'm using 15-pound test. I have it tied to a 25-pound test fluorocarbon leader that's about 2 rod lengths long, and that sucker just broke the hook when I was pulling. And I don't pull real hard real fast. I just kind of slowly ease on the pressure, and generally the hook will bend out, or in this case it broke. So it's a pretty stout hook to be breaking with 15-pound test braid, so I'm real pleased with it so far. Now if I could just get a fish on it, it'd be even better. The run came on the right-hand rod. I can't even see the screen on my phone, somewhere over here, out about 100 yards, and I didn't even think there was any snags out there, but apparently there was at least one. I tried to get on the rod as fast as I could, but it went a little bit longer than I wanted it to due to I was holding a child at the time and had to find a place to deposit my youngest before I could run down here. So anyways, fingers crossed for another run. I also had a real short violent take on the left hand and reeled it in. The pop-up was gone. I don't know what that was. Could have been a carp. I don't know. The turtles are getting pretty active out there, but it didn't seem like a turtle, so I don't know what that was. But I've got that one back out too now. All this activity happened after I started using the Pineapple Supreme spray, so I don't know if that's actually the difference or if the fish have just turned on, but we'll see. The right-hand rod and the left-hand rod have jumped around a little bit. The tips have been bouncing every so often, and the bobbin on the right one just went up real quick. So there's something out there. It's probably not turtles. So hopefully we'll turn that into another fish. We will see. Wind appears to be kind of out of the southeast at the moment. It was out of due out of the south, but now it seems to be more out of the southeast. And so we're kind of on the back of the wind here. It's nice. It's getting real warm. It's probably in the upper 70s right here, I would guess. And I'm not fishing in very deep water. The water out over here, it's kind of a flat in this area here, and over here it's probably 6 to 8 feet, something like that. The other rod I have is out over, I can't see my phone for anything, somewhere over here. It's kind of out from that tree, and as I also had, you know, a little something off of that, so we'll see. So the wind is now pushing into this cove somehow. Seems to be pushing just about everywhere, but that means its wind is definitely switched over to the southeast side of things, and or rather east more than south. So you can see.
Why don't you call your brolly a biffy?
Because it's not a bivvy, it's a brawly. I need a bivvy. I think I need a bivvy. Anyways, so heard something splash back there, but I don't think it was a carp. Looks like a good carpy spot to spawn in. We'll see. There is lots of gambusia mosquito fish swimming around. So they're liking the warm weather for sure. Lots of turtles. Now we just need some carp. So, as you can see, this is probably part of the reason I'm having a hard time catching stuff. This keeps on happening. Thanks to the HydroSync line, though, I am staying well under them, and I haven't actually caught them, despite the fact they were right on top of me. People just don't realize that there might be people fishing from shore, I think, and they simply think they can go along the entire bank without having to worry about it. And it's probably always a shock every time they run along someone that's actually fishing from shore. Still, it's pretty annoying.